today's small business.
Today we would like to talk about Amazon rainforest. Really one of the biggest forests in the world.
We choose to talk about Amazon because it's the most mysterious forest. We still visit many secrets that people have not discovered yet.
Today we will present
This is a video about the new discovery in the Amazon forest. And to answer the question, where is the Amazon forest? How diverse is the Amazon forest? And what are the typical species in this forest? Is the Amazon forest really the world we learn, or what will happen if the Amazon forest no longer exists? Many interesting things are waiting for you in this video. When we talk about South America, we usually mention romantic peace, football, and building, and of course, we have to mention the Amazon jungle. We not only use the forest, we also use the jungle to talk about the Amazon. This is a broadleaf forest with the most soil in the Amazon River basin of South America. Research shows that the Amazon forest appeared 10,000 years ago, and now this place still exists a lot of mystery to explore. Some experts believe that the Amazon forest appeared before because there was a tribe that wanted to test the appearance in this area, but they failed to control the growth rate of the tree. They may flood Amazon into the dense forest as now, and scientists also discovered a connection between the Sahara Desert and the Amazon forest. Accordingly, there has been very strong wind across the Atlantic that are just from the Sahara to the Amazon, and this had the soil here become fertile. To be precise, without the Sahara and the desert of Africa, without the wind blowing according the Mediterranean, there would be no the Amazon forest like nowadays. And so, how big is the Amazon forest? The Amazon was described as covering an area of 7 million square kilometers, of which the whole rainforest has occupied an area of 5.5 million square kilometers. If you look at the map, you will see the wide of the incredible size of this place, and with this area data, the Amazon forest is half the size of America and even nearly as large as the area of Australia. This place annually supplies about 15 to 20% of oxygen to all living things on the world, and it also consists of 10% of global biodiversity. To visualize the large size and importance of Amazon, experts estimate that would take humanity more than 300 years to enumerate the species of plant in the forest fully. On the subject of animals,
Talking about animals, the Amazon forest is home to billions individuals of hundreds of thousands of different species. Among them, many animals live only in the Amazon and only in the Europe. To make it easily to imagine, scientists have estimated in 1 square kilometers of Amazon forest can contain about 75,000 types of trees, 150,000 species of plants, and about 90,790 tons of viable plant, a terrible number that we cannot imagine unless we set foot in the Amazon forest and try to experience what is happening here. In fact, the Amazon forest is the friend of darkness because in the discern part of Amazon forest, the canopy of the forest can block up 99% of the sunlight and it became uninhabited to unique plant. It are large areas of the Amazon forest and the descendants of the tree that make this place become a subject that are heavily exploited by literature, by singer, with monster, with artist spirit, and with strange plant, and so on. But currently, we still have tours to visit and explore here. Now we will have a little explanation about the name Amazon. The vast majority of Amazon is located in Brazil, but this Amazon region is named by Spaniards, not a Portuguese, who the most influential person in Brazil. In the mid-16th century, in 1542, the first European to set foot in this area was Spanish soldier. Then he returned to Spain with many stories. One of that is his were attacked by women from a trip as they tried to defend their territory. and he called them Amazon. The name Amazon symbolized the female warriors in Greek mythology, and since then, Europeans call these areas is Amazon. In the Amazon forest, there aren't so many special species that exist in this area. One of the typical Amazon animals that often appear on desktop wallpaper is the research lizard. It's a common lizard species of Central and South America, especially in the large Amazon forest area. They live in the hollow of trees that can heat their body temperature. The species can reach speeds of over 25 km per hour. The next species, which is also very typical in the Amazon, is glass frog, which species is mainly active at night. Currently, scientists do not know what this frog is, but they think they can eat small insects. The reason why they have the name is not because they are vulnerable, but because frog has transparent underbelly like glass, which can see all of its internal organ, heart, liver, digestive tracts of the frog, and that's why scientists name them glass frog.
Referring to the Amazon forest is to mention carnivore, including a predatory fish called kangaroo. Although this fish is small, it is ready to eat fish larger than itself. They are aggressive and bite people if they happen to come across them. This is also one of the inspiration for the adventure movies in the Amazon in which people are attacked by fish. The next species is the electric eel. They are actually fish, but they look like screaming eels, so they are called electric eels. According to a scientist, this species has a special internal system. The electric eels can generate a current of 500 volts, enough to kill people. The species only attack animals or humans if they need to defend themselves. It is a story about plants and animals. So what about the people living in the Amazon? There are many people living in the Amazon forest. Most of them have contact with modern people, with the civilized world, but they still keep their old ways of life. There are even rumors about the people in the Amazon forest having the creepy custom of eating the ashes served the dead after cremation to show mercy. One of the most famous tribes is the Yanomami, an ethnic group of Indians living on the border between Venezuela and Brazil. The population is about 20,000 people, and there are about 200 to 250 villages, forming the largest tribal group in the Amazon forest. Currently, their lives are also greatly affected when the area of the Amazon forest is shrinking, which means that the area where it is gathered and hunted for food is also shrinking. The following is a misunderstanding about the Amazon forest. The fact is that we used to get it right, but now it's no longer true. We often have a saying, the forest is the green lung of the earth. The Amazon forest is the largest green lung on the earth. But now it is no longer true because the Amazon forest releases carbon dioxide rather than absorbs it. This is not in the forest, but in human error. This is due to deforestation and forest fire. If you now search for the Amazon forest on the internet, the first results are forest fire, human invasion of the forest, and environmental pollution, not what belongs to the most pristine of the Amazon. It is estimated that the amount of carbon dioxide released into the atmosphere is 20% higher than the amount absorbed by the Amazon forest.
Besides many amazing things about fauna and flora, Amazon is also famous for its mysterious river. The most famous one can be the Amazon River. It is the longest one all over the world with 6,992 kilometers, according to some sources. Especially during the rainy season, the river level can rise up to 9 meters and more than 40 kilometers wide in just a few weeks. Along with having the longest river in the world, the Amazon also owns one of the hottest rivers, named Boiling River. The true name of the Boiling River is the Sanatin means car, and thus means boils with the heat of the sun. The water temperature ranges from 15 to 19 degrees Celsius, with some hot parts up to 100 degrees Celsius. Imagine a river that has enough to kill you. Besides many. So what will happen if the Amazon vanishes? Right now, every day more than 137 species of animals, plants, and insects are destroying the Amazon forest area. That means in a year we will lose about 50,000 species, not only fauna and flora, but people also severely affected. It is estimated that about 30 million people will lose their accommodation. Just try to imagine that if the rainforest ceases to exist. The residents who live here will no longer be able to rely on this forest area to make ends meet. A lot of population groups rely heavily on natural resources for food, shelter, and medicine manufacturing. Furthermore, Amazon has about 20% of the world's clean water, and if Amazon vanishes, we will lose source of our water supply. Fresh water not only sustains human life, but also provides nutrients for flora and fauna. Furthermore, it provides a number of different minerals that are beneficial to the earth and ensure the survival of all the organisms in this forest. The last negative impact of losing the Amazon forest is that modern medicine now relies heavily on it. So if Amazon disappears, the majority of patients receiving modern care may face a great crisis. In recent years, there have been over 121 different types of medicine which are made from nature